What is a long-term capital gain? A long-term capital gain defined by the federal government is an asset that is acquired that is held for in excess of one full year. Okay, so 1 year and 1 day, you get on the other side of that, that qualifies as a long-term capital gain. As of today, the federal government would tax a long-term capital gain at roughly up to about 20%. That's the federal government's portion of this. Of course, there is some tax applied from the state side depending on the state that you live in. But let's just focus on 20%, right? Now, this is not your primary residence, okay? That's a totally different topic. But let's just assume for a moment it's that second home, that lake house, that beach house, right? That piece of land that you thought was purchased in the path of progress that was a long-term buy and hold opportunity for you and your family members, right? Well, if you bought that asset, you know what I mean, for $100,000 and you held it for 1 year and 1 day and you decided to sell it now that the asset is worth what? $200,000. Good for you. Smart decision. Great investment opportunity. You now have, on paper, made about $100,000 of value. Your long-term capital gains, assuming you held that asset for 1 year and 1 day, would be approximately 20%. One of the ideas that are being floated right now by one of the candidates within the Democratic Party is to tax long-term capital gains now at a rate of over 44%, more than double what it has currently been. Now, this is really an idea, obviously, everybody wants to generate and create new tax revenue to offset other expenditures within the federal government. Obviously, you know that Uncle Sam's always going to take his bite, and his bite has been roughly 20%. Can you imagine for a moment buying real property, whether you hold it for 1 year and 1 day or 10 years? In this case, this proposal, why I deem pretty radical, would actually have you and your family paying more than double what currently you would have to for that long-term capital gain. You bought that asset for $1 million. It appreciated over the life of ownership to now $2 million. That's incredible for you. Now, Uncle Sam in this case would want roughly 50% of your financial gain of that asset. I don't know about you. That doesn't seem like the American way. That doesn't seem like the things that I was taught growing up as a kid. I'm really interested to know what you think about it in the comments below. Thank you so much.